Vaughn's been dropping all night. Have they been going through that too?
Hello, and welcome to Done Deal.
Hello. What's going on? Vaughn has been acting strange tonight. It seems that people have been dropping, right in the middle of the show. So I'm not sure if it's Vaughn or it was the broadcast, but our last show we dropped like 6 times right in the middle of broadcasting. So hopefully everything will be fine tonight.
Hopefully.
Okay, let me see here. Let me get to...
Fantastic, Jim. Well, here I am.
Okay.
Hey, Dark Ninja. Good to see you. Good to see all of you out. It's so cool that, we, again with the phone, give me a break. I thought I, troubleshot all the, sound issues tonight. You're stuck with it, though, tonight. I can't change it. A little muted. Hey, let me see what I can do. Let me see if there's anything I can do. I think I've got my gain all the way up. I'm practically eating the mic as it is.
I'm sorry, I just had to log in as me. I was in the wrong chat.
Alrighty. I guess my suggestion is turn up your volume. That's all I got. I'm giving you all I got. She's got no more, Captain.
Listening to it now. I'm listening to it now on one. You sound okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, hopefully, because there's nowhere else to go. We're at 100% for gain. So, yeah, Big Ma'am, and thank you, Dave. It's actually a much better quality one than I used to use. So, it is what it is.
Master Vapor, I'm drinking coffee. Everybody always wants to know what I'm drinking. It's always tame. It's always Coke, coffee, some water. I think people are saying yeah. So welcome to Done Deal with VaporJoe and TygerTyger. TygerTyger looks especially beautiful tonight, as always. 135 in the room. Just before we start talking about the deals, if you are not following VapeStrong, you should. If you're on the Vaughn channel, just go down to the bottom where it says VapeStrong. Underneath it'll say followers, and right now it's at 135. Click the follow button. When you click the follow button, every time VapeStrong goes live, you will get an email. This will allow you to catch shows that you didn't know existed before, or just so you don't have to keep checking.
Oh, poor Chevy's just wrecked. You've been in color all night, and he's been bottoms up all night.
Yeah, I'm sick of using Manicam, to be honest, and I'm actually preferring this for right now, so I'm throwing everybody for a loop with this.
Yes, indeed. Definitely.
All right, I'm just going to pimp that we're live. I didn't have time to do it before the show.
Nor I, so I'm leaving it completely up to you.
So why don't you get working on the first deal, and I will pimp this out.
Oh, well, I was going to hold off a little bit till people have had a chance to join, and so on and so forth. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Give me one. Really? This stupid Facebook thing.
Just loving Facebook. It was an interesting week for deals, though. I will say that. Lots of atomizers this week. So for those of you rebuilders, we got lots of stuff for you tonight.
Yes, even Smokey bought a Kraken. I couldn't believe it.
Okay, okay. We've got to deal with the mic issue. There is nothing I can do about the mic tonight, guys. I am story aside from killing the broadcast, changing a bunch of equipment, and coming back in a few minutes, which is not practical. So we're stuck with what it is. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I have tried to get the show down. Let me know if I have succeeded. I don't have a mixer. I don't have a mixer, so...
Am I being too loud?
Okay. I'm taking Master Vapor's word for it. He says he can hear everything good, so you have the official word.
There we go. See that? Let me just put these in various groups. And there we go. We are ready to rock. All right, so we're ready to rock and roll. The pimp is out. We're getting everybody in the room. And just get this final one out there.
Okay, I've turned the music down twice, so...
All right.
Hello, Big Pro, or is it Big Five? Oh, man. So
Okay,
how is
beautiful.
everyone's week now that we are hopefully so done talking about tech? Okay,
So far, so good.
I am hearing so much about these dragon coils all of a sudden here. I'd never even heard of one until last night, and now it's all I'm hearing about on Facebook and here. I'm going to have to watch that video.
What exactly is a dragon coil?
It is a tapered microcoil, a very, very small tapered microcoil I am hearing, and apparently produces vapor like nobody's business. So, gonna have to learn new skills.
It also has a cool name. Mm-hmm. Anything named Dragon tends to be extremely popular.
Well, there you go. I think I want to do it just so I can say I've got a dragon coil in here. There's a dragon coil under the hood. Oh yeah.
So let me... Got my VTR from Fast Tech yesterday. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Liking it. Oh, he's loving it. Yeah, and the iClear 30S, you're absolutely right, G. Hayden. Awesome. Truly awesome. I'm loving that setup a lot. I've got new heads on order because I know I'm going to want to use this atomizer a lot.
Mm. Okay. I love my VTR, man. My VTR rocks.
Yeah, for sure. Solid, heavy. Oh, okay, yeah. Good haul there, Big Dan. Or, I'm sorry, that was Chevy. Oh, forgive me, it's that night. Do I wear contacts? No. Why do you ask? I'm curious. Oh wow, MTL Blade got a nice haul this week too.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. VTR or MVP2? Well, they're two different monsters. If you don't have either, I'd probably say start with the MVP. Okay. So, why don't we talk about do you want to save it, or do you want to talk about probably the biggest deal of the week?
Oh no, I think you've had time to pimp the show now. We've got the tech issues as solved as they're going to get. Let's dive right in. And definitely the biggest thing to pop. We were pretty amazed and stoked to see this come out this quick to fast tech. I wasn't expecting them to get on this that quick, but they sure were. I think you guys probably already know what we're talking about. Yeah, Big Bam does. The Kraken replica.
Yup.
Replica. And at a killer price. So, I don't know what to expect yet from this replica atomizer, but if it, holds anything like a candle to what it's designed after, I'm hearing the Kraken, the original, is amazing.
Yep. Now I have the original right here in this fancy schmancy vicious ant box. I didn't realize this, but they actually put the number on the back of it. If it's anything from what I'm hearing, these are. I mean, the build quality on the original is stunning. So if it's even 30% of what the original is, well worth the $12 and what is it? Hold on, $12.92. That you pay for it. I mean, everybody and their brother's talking about how wonderful this thing is. Now, the other guys were offering it. Somebody had said 101 Vape was opening for $34 or what have you. This is true, but I don't know if it's the same company making this one. This one actually looks like the H-cigar one, I think.
I'm not sure, but there was some discussion on Facebook about it, and one user is saying this one isn't the H-cigar, so that might explain price difference. I don't know for sure. It may be, it may not be. I'll tell you when mine gets here.
Yep, I ordered one. A bunch of people ordered one. Even Smokey ordered one today, which was incredible. According to Corey, even though he has the real one, he said that it was the best vaping experience he's ever had, right?
Yeah, and that's a hardcore rebuilder talking there, and he's had a chance to try an awful lot of high-end stuff. Until this came out, he maintained that the Cobra was the best Jenny vape to be had. This has completely redefined his view of Genesis atomizers and the benchmark. So, yeah, Art by Sean Corey is the man. And when he says an atomizer is that good, I listen. So I'm pretty excited about that.
And, it just looks badass. I wish I invented that, because the Kraken was always a big thing. It's a big. If you don't know what the Kraken is a Titan. It was in the movie Clash of the Titans. It would destroy level cities. Very, very cool monster. Very, very cool atomizer.
Well, you've picked some good heroes, Art by Shannon, that's for sure. Those are two gentlemen that absolutely know their stuff. Northman Q, nice haul. Hey, Iceberg.
Ooh, 164 in a room now.
Is that the Iceberg that I heard is probably a very, very happy camper tonight?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that the Iceberg that won the real Kraken tonight?
Woke up the wife again. Nice. Awesome.
You have video of it?
Congratulations. That's a heck of a win.
It really is. Now, the Kraken was also followed up today. There's a couple good rebuildables, not just the Kraken.
Yes.
The Pulse G, right, babe?
That is correct, and I have lost it somewhere. lost in the sauce. There it is.
I put the link in the room for you.
Oh, awesome.
The Pulse G, this one specifically is different because it has a chamber reducer, right?
That's right. Now that is removable, as you can see in the top picture. It's a big chunk of metal that basically reduces the airspace under the cap. Now we all know that the smaller chambers, they're harder to build, but they give you such great flavor. So people like the larger addies because they're easy to build, but the smaller addies because they give great flavor. Well, here you've got, all the best of both worlds in one place. You can remove that piece and do a dual wicked build easily. The deck is optimized for that, but you can also set that back in place, do a single wick build, and you've got a really reduced chamber. It's going to be interesting. I also kind of like another little detail about this that I thought was pretty cool is the slanted floor in the tank, and a lot of people are going, well, what are you excited about that? Well, I'm sick of trying to chase that last drip to the bottom of because I'm famous for not refilling when I should. I want to vape the very last drop out of there and then refill with something different. And I don't want, a little bit of this flavor in with the new flavor. So, that's going to help that collect a little better. And anyway, the Pulse G is glass nylon. Both
Yeah, it looks.
the atomizers we've discussed tonight are glass so far, Pulse G and the Kraken replica. And this is also a replica based on an atomizer that exists.
Now, how does that work? Do you build? Now, do you take off the chamber reducer to make a dual coil, or is it built for a dual coil right there with the chamber reducer on it?
No. To do a dual, you would need to take that chunk of metal, that reducer out.
Okay.
You can see the hole. There's 2 screw holes in it that bolt it to the deck, and then there's one more hole there. That hole essentially becomes your fill hole.
Okay. I mean, I can't get over how cheap these rebuildables are starting to get. I mean, even for fast tech, that's an incredible price. All right, let me see here now.
Yeah, Nilo, glass is becoming more of a standard, and I love to see that because it seems that most of my favorite flavors tend to be, if not tank crackers, at least ones that you should be concerned about. So I just love when something's glass, then you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to think about it, you can put whatever you want in there.
Does 101 Vapes accept PayPal? That I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not. I'm not exact. Don't quote me on that, but I'm not sure.
ASP is asking, is this more difficult to build compared to a Trident? ASP, I'm afraid I'm not really able to answer that question. First of all, a Trident is a dripping atomizer, okay? So if you're just talking, is a Jenny in general more difficult than a dripper? No, I don't think so. It's different, okay? With a Jenny, you are dealing, I'm going to assume, with a steel mesh wick. Now, some people have trouble building those. I don't. There's all kinds of tricks. Roll your mesh on a really fine pin. I use a hat pin with a pearl end, and you start it that way, and then you roll it up till it's tight. Pull that pin out. You can turn it until it's really smooth and tight. I've never had problems. And of course, there's other options now too. You can use the steel rope, you can use things like that. So it's just a different build. I don't think it's more difficult.
I'm looking at whoever's put that picture in there with the cotton, right there by Big Man Boom. That is looks like the top of a cupcake.
Yeah, there's some crazy builds coming up now with the cotton, and just basically using it almost as a wadding in there and just soaking it. Yeah, if you're used to building drippers, don't shy away from the Jenny experience. I love it because mostly too lazy to drip. Now, I won't deny that, dripping is a great vape, but I sure like my tanks. You fill them and forget it.
Is the button better on the VTR or the MVP? Depends which MVP you're talking about. I like the button on the VTR better.
Kat, I'm not going to say you can't use a cotton build. Jennies are typically intended to be a steel mesh wick. That doesn't mean everybody's doing that. I've heard of people doing silica builds in them, therefore a cotton build will work. You just want to be really careful. The only concern is with cotton, you cannot dry hit it or you have flames, okay? Your silica isn't going to ignite. Your mesh isn't going to ignite. Steel rope is not going to ignite. Cotton will. So just be aware. Make sure it's wicking. Make sure it's always wet.
Wet is better. Keep it wet.
I knew I wouldn't get away with that one.
Joe or Tiger, question about the popularity of rebuildables. Do you think the Cardos from Icon Vape will go down in price? Let me give you if you're talking about the 801 Fusion cartomizers, if that's what you're talking about, 801 Fusion cartomizers from Icon Vape are no different than what's called the 302 cartomizer from Bogue. It's just a 801 body with a 510, 801 connector with a 510 body. I don't think they'll come down in price because they're a specialty cartomizer and they're not made as much as regular cartomizers are. And I absolutely love 801 Fusion cartomizers. And thank you for telling me about that because I haven't ordered any in a while and I need to buy some. Okay, so moving along. Moving right along.
Next, Joe.
I want to look. I want to look at my blog and see if we have. There's so many. Battery deals and everything, but remember, I got to keep it. I got to keep it for Canada too, and 101 Vape's out of the question now.
Yeah. We both featured battery deals today, mainly because the one was a great deal, but not available to Canada, so we each ran one.
So why don't you talk about the? Do we have? No. I'm just looking real fast. I'm sorry. I was running around today like a chicken without a head.
As was I. It was a very productive day, but it did sort of cut into my prep time a little. So I'm kind of relying on you and the room to keep me on track. If I'm falling behind, you guys just straighten me out.
Well, I'm going to bring up the Elite Hybrid. From let's just see here. There we go. Take that out of the list. The Elite Hybrid. I'm going to put this in the room real fast. Now, I remember selling these things. Well, not me personally. Oh, there you go. Big Man Boom's got it. Thank you. The Elite Hybrid. These things are awesome for the price. There's only $17.10. What they did was Rainbow Heaven came out with the original Elite Hybrid or Hybrid Elite, and basically they've gone to the manufacturer and just said, well, we want them without the Rainbow Elite, I guess, blessing. And I think they were $65 when they first came out. Now they're $17. Now, You have one, don't you, Tiger?
I do, and I've got it in shorty mode right now. It's an 18350. It's just such a cute little thing in that mode. Like I can almost palm it. Very lightweight because it's aluminum. A nice Jenny vape, and what I'm finding is sometimes the Jennies are so hot, they mute your fruit flavors. I've got actually Corey's Dark Side Vapors Extreme Peach in here. It's peach with a little touch of menthol, just enough to brighten it up, and it's awesome. This is awesome for the fruit flavors, in my opinion, the way I've got it built. Great vapor.
And they were fashioned after the Noble. Was it the Noble one?
That's right.
And the tanks on them. I'm not sure if are the tanks on these glass. Let me go take a look over there because I know originally they came plastic, but then they shipped glass tanks with every order. Let me take a look real fast.
I do
Yep,
believe they
they're glass
are,
tanks.
yeah.
Glass tanks, and they're made of anodized aluminum, and they're absolutely. I mean, for the price, they're absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you look at the case, it says Pirate Mod. Now, I guess they got the messed up cases or whatever, but as far as the mod is concerned, it is exactly the same as the Rainbow Heaven Hybrid Elite that originally was, I said, selling for almost like $60 or $70. Some vendors around sell them for $30 or $40. They're here at $17. If you're ever looking to get a hybrid, I mean, literally the cost of 3 Enjoy disposable cigarettes, you're going to have yourself a hybrid. I mean,
it's a great first experience. To be honest, this was the first hybrid I ever used and built, and I have no complaints about this thing. It's, like I say, it's giving me a great vape. It was an easy build. There's lots of room under there. I mean, I can show you. There's lots of room to work, and yeah, nice little window over your tank. You don't have to have it there either. If you prefer to see the glass, that will pull off. But I think it looks cool. I'll leave it.
yeah, when it first came out, everybody, somebody wants to know what you're using on top, Tiger, whatever that means.
I'm a little confused because on top of when it's a hybrid, you don't have a choice. I'm talking to Lisa. Okay, that makes better sense.
Oh, my bad. So yeah, they come in some great colors. A lot more colors than the original release. I'm kind
Yeah.
of partial to that smoky gray one.
Oh,
I never saw
yeah.
that one before.
And it was
Yeah.
the red that caught my eye. And I've been battling with this since we ran it. It's like, do I need another Elite? And it's like, it's only 17
Yes.
bucks.
You can always use another hybrid, right?
I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. That red is so pretty.
Now, Bing Bam Boom puts a link in the room, which brings us to something we didn't talk about yet, but we can talk about.
We didn't.
One piece of your vape mail this week.
I got some epic vape mail from a really special person in New Jersey. You might know him. Pretty great
Ooh,
guy. Pretty great
no idea
guy.
what you're talking about.
Runs this blog. Yeah, you might have heard of it. Yeah, this is the Pure, and it is so cute. Again, a smaller format. This is an 18500 mod, and it is a hybrid, and so lightweight, so compact, just a really appealing little unit. And you can see, again, I thought it was a pretty easy little build, lots of room under there, and really attractive. I did drill out the cap already, and that's totally working for me. I like a nice airy draw. I like taking lung hits, and so I wanted to do that first thing. And now I can't. Now I got to line up the wick again. There we go. But this is a nice vape. For the money, this is a very nice device, and I would definitely recommend these.
Now, how does it compare to, say, something like the iChybrid? And be honest, did the iChybrid not nail it down, or is that clearly superior?
The iChai is a decent low-end device. For the money, it compares. Your threading's not as nice. The switch, in the Pure, I think the switch is a little smoother. It's a little nicer. I have no complaints about the iChai. For the money they came out for, I would recommend them. If you're looking for something a little better built, you want the quality, American-made, the Pure is worth the money. And, coming in under $100, yeah, absolutely. Does the Elite have a locking switch? Yes, it does. You have got, and I wonder if my camera will pick it up here. Let's see if I'm in there. Do you see that little piece that turns there? That is your lock. Okay, there you go. She's locked now. Can't push that button. And there, now it's unlocked.
I didn't even know that. You see, you learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
Illumination supply. What's this for?
Oh, that's interesting. Going to have to file that away for later. Thank you, Catty Wampus. Oh, for the Sony batteries. Excellent. Northman Cato. Do I have a VTR and does the extender rattle when you use an RBA on it? Well, all right. Yes, I have a VTR right here. Does the extender rattle? I have not used an RBA on it, mainly because I confess I'm enjoying the iClear 30S so much. I haven't bothered. I've just put on what came with it, and that's how I've been using it. I did try to see if the Cobra would fit down in there because it is a slightly more slender atomizer than some Jennies. Not so much luck. Now, my co-host on Friday nights, Corey, Darkside Vapor, actually took and machined the cage out a little bit. It doesn't take much to make room for the Cobra, so who knows? I might get to doing that. But I haven't tried it with the extender, and I don't have it here at my desk, or I would do it for you right now.
Tiger, does a ViviNova tank fit on your VTR? Do you have a ViviNova floating around? An old one?
You know what? If you don't mind me getting up, I will check, because I do have a mini. Not one of the big ones, but I can try the mini. Take
Now,
that out.
I'm gonna look at it and probably say, yeah, but don't quote me because I'll be mad at me. But the mini will definitely fit. Will the full size one? I'm assuming it will because the iClear 30 isn't much bigger than, much smaller than than an iClear. I could be wrong though.
Okay. And you see, that's where I'm not 100% sure, because I'm not sure just how much smaller. Oh, I'm mistaken. I moved it. I used to have a Vivi in here. Okay, I'm mistaken.
So much for that.
Yeah, so much for that. See, that's what
Oh wait,
happens when I reorganize. I don't know where anything is. Oh, okay, Murdoch has weighed in. Thank you, Murdoch. He's saying the ViviNova doesn't fit on his, so I'm pretty much assuming it won't fit on any of ours.
Harley Rider 55. Joe, any comment on the Sigelli T-Rex? I'm gonna need to get up for this. Actually, no, I don't need to get up for this. The T-Rex is nothing more than the T-Max. It's just called the T-Rex because VaporBeast sells it and they want to give it a beastly name. They don't ship to Canada. They don't ship international, so it really doesn't apply for this deal show. However, they are selling it for $39.99 full kit, charger, battery. It is a well-built box style ZMAX. It works good. Some people have had some issues with the connector just popping off, but that was the plague of most Sigelli mods in the early on. I don't know if they fixed that, but for the price, it's an incredible steal. It's incredible. But again, they don't ship international, so that's why we didn't really want to bring it up here. Oh, there you go. Killer 2013 says, got mine, love it. Okay.
Now, I know a Protank fits in there. I've heard that from people who've done it. So if you like those bottom coils, that'll do.
If you want me to see if it fits? I have one right here. Are you talking about the iClear, if the Protank in the VTR?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, other people are doing that, so I know they work.
Let's see here. I haven't put. This is a unit tank. Oh yeah, it fits nice. A little short on the drip tap, but I could always use a. Works good. Excellent. Have I checked out the STM1? I have no idea what you're talking about. What is the STM1? Tiger, any ideas?
No, I'm as lost as you are.
Yes, Christmas is coming, and I'm hoping. I think Santa is gearing up to get Tiger some nice Christmas gifts.
I think you already did.
Okay, I'm checking out that link, Big Bam Boom. And Vaporite's not picking up right now. Wait, there it is. It's coming on.
Chili Dog, from my experience, I would concur. When I started vaping and first got a ViviNova, I thought it was the cat's meow. But I've tried so many things since then, my Novas gather dust. I would never choose a ViviNova over an iClear 30S, but that's me.
So the STM1, I'm looking at it now. They sell these on FastTech. These things look pretty cheap to me. With those rubber grips and adult toy-like body. I wouldn't. That charger it comes with, those things are dangerous.
Yeah.
And nondescript batteries. No, I'd stay away from that, especially for $80.
Well, those might, and they're not showing you the marking, so I can't say for sure, but that color, those might be the batteries they ship with the e-cig, but I'm not going to say for sure without being able to see what the markings are.
Yeah, I would.
Big Bam has nothing nice to say about it.
Yeah, I could have told you that. It looks like chrome-plated brass, nondescript batteries, and those, like I said, those chargers are those mass-produced Chinese chargers. I mean, ugh. You're just waiting. I mean, you could even see how crooked the contacts. I wouldn't go near that thing. And for $80, what a rip-off. And I'm not making fun of Vaporite. They do sell some nice stuff. They have good juice, but that's just way too much money. Yeah, get a Vamo. So you had the mini Protank 2s up, right?
Yeah, we were just talking about Protanks, and this is a really good deal on these. $9.90 for box set. It's got 2 extra heads in it, and that's the Protank 2, the mini. Now, a lot of people, and I can't say yet, 'cause I haven't got one yet, but a lot of people are saying that the mini has better flavor, and we're probably talking about that smaller air chamber or something. Again, you know, a difference in how it's set up, difference in how it feeds or something. The minis give better flavor. So there you go. This has the changeable drip tip that, you know, that was one of my biggest complaints with the first Protank iteration. So
Yep. I just put the link in the room.
Thank you.
$9.90 for free shipping. It's a great price. I'm a big proponent of the Protank Mini. This is the Protank Mini 2, and this is the this is what Sunvapors calls. This is a special kind because not all Protank 2s have this. This is, I gotta run the Sunvapors to see what he calls this. There's a special name for this Protank.
All right.
And he would know because he invented the Protank. It's called the Protank 2 V2 Dynamic Tip. That's it.
Dynamic. Okay, well that now that sounds.
Yes.
I'm leaving that.
Now, the reason why they're calling it a dynamic tip is because, of course, you can take the drip tip off and use a new one. Now, the original Protank 1s and the original Protank 2 minis, you couldn't use you couldn't change the drip tip. These you can. So it's actually a bigger bonus because right now Sunvapors is selling these for $17, and he's a good price. So for $9.90 free shipping, you can get 2 for the price of 1.
And for those of you not familiar, this is a company that we've started talking about on VaporJoe's Canada. It's Focal e-cig. Now, I have ordered from them. I wanted to find out what they were like and how they were like to deal with before we started talking to you about them. no problems. I've actually received 2 orders from them. One of them came in 2 weeks, which for me from China is pretty kicking time. So just inside of 2 weeks, actually. So very happy.
Yeah, I have yet to order from them, but I did have you order me something from them.
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, one of these.
Was it? No, it wasn't this. It was it was the mini unitank.
Oh yes, you're right. You're right.
Same thing though, basically. I didn't see anybody else selling the mini. I don't think anybody else that I know of sells the mini unitank other than Focal e-cig right now. And say, Tiger, somebody put in the room. This may be something you can put on your blog.
Yes.
Focal e-cig.
The 7
That's a great price.
C101s. Yeah, we want to. I'm thinking about running them tomorrow, actually.
Yes, Iceberg. Fastech does sell the mini unitanks now. I'm probably going to run them tomorrow in sometime in the afternoon. But that 101, that K101 for $17.50 is insane. That is a cheap price. I mean,
And,
I don't know if they're just dumping them or.
Not sure, but you know, they're a decent mechanical. That was one of my very, very first mechanicals, and I've still got it. It doesn't get much use anymore just because I have other things now. But there's still something I would recommend to someone getting into mechanicals, just wants something simple and with no wiring. Just catching up on chat here now.
The knockoff Protank 2s mini that you pimped a few weeks ago work really well. The stock calls are totally crap. I think they're $6. I've gotten some crappy heads from from Fastech, but they're always easily replaced with the real thing. Like the I keep forgetting the G5NX or whatever, that totally plastic one. The original head on it sucked. I replaced it with the Protank head. It works great. And then I replaced it with some of the older. I know 52 bad head is really no such. Anyway, I'm not gonna go there. But you know, it's give or take. But some people say there's a fix. You could pull out the flavor wicks, and it should wick better.
Some people have been pulling one strand of the wicking out of all of that. You take that little rubber cap up, and then you can pull one of those out, and they're saying it's wicking better. When I did that, I ended up with a leaking atomizer. I'm finding they're working perfectly for me just as they are. So to some extent, it depends how you vape too. You know, maybe I pull harder. I don't know, but you know, yeah.
Really?
For you, oh, leave it alone, Joe. But and to be fair, I have used the knockoff replacements. I'm having no trouble with them. You know, it's like everything in vaping. It's you know, different user to user because we all have different preferences and ways that we use our equipment. So you just got to find what works for you. There is no blanket answer, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know, it's like all the people with Fastech and some of the shipping issues they've been having. I've had one shipping issue with Fastech, one, out of the numerous times that I've been going over, you know, and buying stuff, and I buy stuff from them almost every day. And I'd like to just briefly talk about what's going on as far as shipping and batteries, because it is important, and some refunds people have been getting. People have been getting refunds lately from Fastech. Some people have been complaining about it. I don't find that to be a bad thing. If Fastech sends something out Hong Kong Post and it's been returned to them and they give you a refund, it is the best possible way for them to fix the problem.
especially if it's taken a month. Like I read one case today where it took a month for that to happen. The package was returned to them, and as soon as they got it back, they issued a refund. That gives the consumer the power. You can always replace the order if you want to try a different shipping option, but you're in control now. You've got your money back, and you can decide what you want to do. For all they know, you've waited a month. Now you've already tried to source the product somewhere else, and you don't want it anymore. So they've been, in my opinion, that's a proactive way of dealing with it, without making you message back and forth to find out what you want to do. So I had that happen. One of mine went back because I had batteries in it, and we removed the batteries and reshipped, and everything was fine.
Right, and I've received. A winner from one of my shows won 5 of those bent drip tip things, and I received a refund for it. Yet it's still sitting in Hong Kong Post, and it's only been sitting in there maybe 7 days. I don't know why I got a refund for it, but I got a refund for it. Now, what I'm starting to think, to be honest, a lot of people have been saying they've gotten a refund and the product, and I think what's happening is Fastech is retroactively just giving people refunds so they can't file PayPal disputes. Because too many disputes, you'll lose your PayPal account, and that's the only form of payment through Fastech. So they're actually refunding people that have been waiting so long.
Yeah, and someone actually asked in the room last night during the show, should they file a dispute? I would never advise someone whether they should or shouldn't. That's your money and your decision, and you've got to do what you feel comfortable doing. What I will say is when you file a dispute, you do tie up those funds from the vendor. So the product is in play. Like, they've been very honest. I don't think they've ever not shipped something. But meanwhile, those funds are tied up. And as Joe said, you get enough of those, and they lock down your account. So what I have found is Fastech does tend to be pretty honorable and pretty, service-oriented about dealing with problems. If it was me, I'm not going to file a dispute with them because I have the greatest confidence that they're going to solve whatever problem I have. So, now on eBay, different story. You're dealing with people you've never dealt with before. You don't know what's going on. Communication is sometimes bad. If it goes on long enough, yeah, I'll wait until the very 11th hour of those 45 days, and then I'm on that. But, it's up to you. It's your money, but...
Right. Exactly, and and like I said, they shut down. There is no more Hong Kong Post. That's finished, and there is no more buying of 18650, 350, 500 batteries. That's all got to go Speed Post.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I've been talking to a lot of vendors. A lot of vendors are going in, buying up a shit ton of batteries, bringing them back to the States or Canada, and then you can buy from them at a slightly higher price, but not, they're not raping you. And you can still get your batteries. There'll be rich sources. I think. I don't know if you put it in here, Tiger. I'm looking now, but you didn't. Speaking of batteries, Mad Vapes.
Yeah, I've got the picture queued up, but I forgot to cue the link, so we can grab that. No problem.
Okay. That was a decent segue.
It was.
Okay, so we have VaporJoe's Canada put up the new EH 30 amps from Mad Vapes. Mad Vapes ships international. Everybody's saying how wonderful these are. These are brand new. They just came out. The good thing is Mad Vapes is one of the few who only sells this EH brand, so they'll always have them. Again, a rich source for 30 amps. Because for a while, most of the 30 amps were in China. Now, vendors are bringing them in. Sun Vapors is selling the Sony 30 amps. These guys are selling the EH brand. 101 sells them, but they don't ship to Canada, any of the batteries. So, and I'm sure Sabi and all the others will start bringing in the eFest 30 amps and all that other good stuff. Protected 18500s. Again, go over from Tiger's link. There is 18500s at Mad Vapes. They're only like $3.59 for EH brand 18500s. The nipple tops are a little more expensive, like $5.99, but they work really, really, really good.
The best cardos. Well, Joe's the one who's got to field that. What are the best cardos, Joe?
Wow. Well, depends on what you're doing. The best possible cartomizers, I feel, if you have the setup, is a Bogue 801 Fusion. An 801 Fusion is an 801 body, a connector, and a 510 body. The reason for that is because there's better airflow to the cartomizer, and it just vapes like a dream. However, you're going to need an 801 to 510 connector. After that, I like single coil 1.7 ohm smoke tech cartomizers, or they're also known as resurrectors. They vape wonderfully, and then I would go with a Bogue low res XLs. All my cardos are XLs. I hate the little baby cardos. Everything is extra long. So you have three choices. SmartVapes.com. I put a link in there. Smart Vapes, excellent source for cartomizers. They ship very cheap to Canada and international, extremely cheap in America. They have like a 50-pack deal for like $43 free shipping to America, or I don't know what the charge is for Canada. It's probably like $6 or $7.
I can't remember
So that's what
what the last ones were, but it was reasonable for a while. I couldn't feature Mad Vapes. Their Canada shipping was off the charts. But they have reworked their rates, and they've got some friendly shipping now. Certainly no worse than we're paying domestically, so yeah.
Yeah, Big Bam Boom just put an old deal from Tiger, and it's 4 boxes of Bogue cartomizers and a drip tip for $21.99. In the United States, that'll ship free, and Shure Vapes also has very reasonable prices to Canada. I think it's only a few bucks.
And Yar Ace, yes, 101 is now shipping to Canada. We've been talking a lot about a lot of their deals. They've had some really good ones lately. The one exception, of course, being the batteries. They won't ship those to us, so we've avoided lately talking about the battery deal.
Yeah, I never understood. I mean, I don't understand why he doesn't ship to Canada the batteries. He should. It doesn't make any sense, but he's chosen not to. So he read some law somewhere, and I think he doesn't realize that you're really not supposed to put batteries in the mail anywhere. Even from him shipping it from down the street, you're not supposed to be able to ship. So a little misguided, but it's his choice. Okay.
Oh, Big Cam's, the Shure Vapes is out of stock at the moment. Do check back.
Cardo?
Pretty, yeah, it would seem.
Wow. That's like the bread and butter. Now here's something that's interesting. I don't have the link for this. I could pull it up though. Your BCC glass. They look like glass EVODs.
Yeah, I was actually just about to talk about those. So let me grab that link.
I got the links already in the room for you.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Of course. our assistant. That's exactly what I thought when I saw these, wouldn't it be nice to have a glass tanked EVOD that held more juice? Well, here it is. The RGM2, it's a bottom coil. It uses the same heads, if you want to, as the EVODs and Protanks. And that's a glass tank in there, and it holds more than the EVOD does. The EVOD's 1.6, this holds 2 mils. So the tip is shaped just a little bit different, but really similar. It's going to be a very, very similar feel. And the money, like $332 for a glass, I mean, it's begging to be tried.
Mm-hmm. Right, and does it only come in those 2 colors?
At the moment, yes. I'm watching for more to come out, but right now we've got definitely a string theme going on?
Your link isn't there on that post.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that must be why we're having trouble. Oh, yes it is. All right, my apologies. Let me, I'll let Joe talk and I'll fix that for you.
So now what these remind me of is the SmokeTech Aero tanks. SmokeTech Aero tanks were a Pyrex glass EVOT style, but bigger. They're also $7 or $8. I bought like 5 or 6 of them, and they're wonderful. There's nothing better than, in my opinion, this is an Aero tank right here. And basically, it's just a glass and stainless EVOT. They work great, but what I'm looking at here is this. It's exactly what this is, except it uses EVOT heads instead of the SmokeTech arrowheads. And I think I'm going to be picking up a bunch, to be honest with you.
Well, like I say, for 332, they are begging to be tried at the very least.
I think they're begging for some new colors, though.
Well, you know, as soon as I do see more colors, and I expect to see that, this is typically how they do things. They'll add, you know, a couple, and then a few days later we'll get more color choices. So I'm hoping that's the case again. But for now,
I'll have to wait till Monday, probably.
possibly, yeah. All right. That post has been fixed. My apologies. If you just want to reload that, it's going to work for you now, and I'll drop that link in one more time.
But excellent. And with the glass, you can you can vape all your plastic leaching juices in there, and I don't know. Is it me, or does it just taste better when you vape from glass? Or is it just me being
No, I
kitschy?
don't think it is just you. Plastic, silica, all these things, I tend to notice a difference. Now, not everybody does, and this comes back to everything's, you know, personal taste for people. It probably depends on the flavors you like. There's a lot of factors, but if it's available in glass, that's what I want.
Yep. Yep. I love all my glass tanks. I've become, you know what? I'm becoming a glass snob. I'm vaping juice out of glass mostly now. I'm vaping out of glass to this, and I'm becoming such a snob. But I love all my glass. Okay. So that's completely worth it. Like I said, it reminds me of an Aero tank, and Aero tanks rock, and far cheaper. So let's pop over to something I was interested in a few days ago. It was the Typhoon.
Alrighty, I can
I'm
see
gonna put
that.
that link in the room.
You betcha.
This is the Typhoon. This is a K-Fun style, gravity-fed rebuildable. Um, Now, do you know the difference between a Typhoon and a K-Fun? Or is a Typhoon the original clone of the K-Fun?
Now, I'm hesitating to say clone. I'm not sure I'm knowledgeable enough to say that. The Typhoon was designed, now as I understand it, and please correct me if I'm wrong, the K-Fun was designed for silica. The Typhoon is designed to do either a mesh, like a steel mesh wick, or silica. So it's almost like, you know, I joked about it being the gravity-fed Jenny, because that's kind of what you got going on there.
So they're more like the,
Bullheaded is
somebody's saying
the
it's more like the
exception.
Fogger.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is like the Fogger's older brother, like the elder Fogger, like the first, like what the Fogger,
Was they?
like another version of the Fogger, but like not, I wouldn't say older because it would sound like it's obsolete, but it's a Fogger style.
Yes.
Okay, but this has a plastic tank, I believe, right? Let me go over there.
Oh gosh. Now you stumped me. I looked at
Yes,
too many new things this week. The Typhoon
this
is
is.
okay. Yeah, it's got. Okay.
Yeah, it's got a plastic tank. However, I think they sell glass tanks for these, unless this is a threaded only bottom. Well, no, it looked, yeah, it's threaded. So.
Yeah, it's threading at the bottom. Okay. And supposedly pronounced Typhoon. Did you notice that? Did you notice that, Joe? Way back when the K-Funds first came out, I heard someone refer to it as K-Foon, and I just latched onto that, and I still do it, and I get teased something merciless. So there you go. Maybe there's a reason.
Typhoon, K-Foon.
Yeah.
But a lot of people jumped on this. And it says it's made in Germany. So, not a China clone. They're saying it's made in Germany, well, unless it's a German clone. But and it looks like it has it. That's what the bag is saying. Okay. Just taking things off of the list.
Alrighty.
So that's another gravity fed Jenny that a lot of people are really talking about. And yesterday, if you guys missed it, there was a guy. He only had 10 Russians, and with a coupon I got it down to $79. So that blew out real quick. But that was just a little Facebook post. And you guys need to remember, a lot of times we can't post things on our blog because they don't have enough stock. But we'll post things in the groups. For people who are watching, I'm not watching, people that are just trolling the group, sometimes we'll post something like, an example would be there was a man who had EVODs, authentic EVODs, for $2.99. He only had 50 in stock. We, as VaporJoes, can't put that on our blog because they'll vanish within minutes, and then we'll get a bunch of hate mail. So we'll go and we'll post it in our groups, and it's a free-for-all, have at it, have fun. And when they run out of stock, the post will just fall to the bottom.
Big Bam is asking, can't you still tweet it?
Sure. Oh, yeah. We tweet them, we put them out, but we don't put them on our blogs because the blogs, you got to have stock. Without stock, we get a lot of hate mail. So let's see here. The Aladdin drip.
Well, we talked a lot about batteries. I want to talk a little bit about some battery storage. Now, we've all seen the battery boxes that hold two 18650s. They're great. My one complaint with those is they can pop open. These hold 4. I was really excited. I was looking hard to find something that held more than 2. I finally found some, and before we ran them, I ordered them. I wanted to make sure that, the seller was, going to be reputable, going to, send them, that they were going to be nice. And I was really happy. I bought a few of them and sent a couple to Joe as well. What do you think, Joe?
They work great. I was so amazed. I was like, why doesn't anybody else sell these? I mean, this is the only place I know that sells them.
Yeah, that's the only source I could find for them. And the nice part about them is that little latch is a little latch to close it. They're not going to pop open in your purse or backpack or something like that. They're more secure, in my opinion, than those the ones that hold 2 that we see everywhere. So, and they've got the cutest little hanger on the back, for if that's convenient for you.
Right, and if you guys are like me, I have a boatload of batteries. And every time Fastech came out with a new style battery, 10 amp, 15 amp, 20 amp, 30 amp, I bought 2. Now I have tons of batteries. And to have a 4 storage is so much better. You could put 4 18500s in this if you wanted to, right? Somebody's saying they will rattle, but you could put 4 18500s in it.
Yeah, I mean, they'll rattle end to end because they're not as long. But, yeah, you could, definitely, and it will, keep them safe from touching, and none of the important parts will touch. And for 18350s, it'll hold 8.
Yeah, that's a nice one right there.
Yeah. I was very pleased with what I received. So, a good point, Merrick. You could put spacers in there. Even
Yeah,
if
you
you
could.
just cut yourself a little strip of foam, that would keep them pushed to one end of the box. That would work.
Yeah, and so it'll cut my case sizes down in half. Thank God. So I'm gonna have to order some of those. Now, where are these out of? Are these off eBay?
This is off of eBay, and they're coming out of China. It took a little while for them to get here, but they arrived in excellent order. And like I say, I was really pleased with what came. So, to be fair, it was about standard for what it takes for things to get to me a lot of the time. Probably, I'm trying to remember now. I think it was about 3 weeks.
Hmm. Yeah, those are very cool. Now they need to come out with one that holds 6 and 8. Shit, I want one that. You know what would be nice if they can come out with one of those Plano boxes
I was
that
just going to say.
all our battery sizes. We could just have just a battery suitcase.
You know, it may not be that far off, Joe, or something may already exist and we just haven't found it yet, because they do have stuff like that for alkaline styles.
Right.
So, we'll have to do a bit of hunting, see what we can come up with.
Awesome.
And
So,
well, is it okay if I jump in with one more, Joe? I
sure. I
wanted
was just about
to,
to.
while we're on eBay, I'll share the next one as well, and that was this. And again, it's one of the ones I didn't want to take a chance that stuff wouldn't fit, so I went first. It works awesome. Not all of the compartment sizes are identical. I will say that, and thank you very much for getting that link in, Big Man. There were 2 spots that I found were a little smaller. The ProVary didn't want to fit in, but 7 out of 9 it does. It'll hold your atomizers, batteries. I've got the extra Elite tube sitting in there in the front as well. And everything else fit beautifully. The post talks about what all fit and what I all tried in it. So pretty much any standard 22mm device, you're not going to have a problem. But what I loved about it is 9 mods, 3.5 inches square. That's all the real estate it needs on your desk. I thought that was pretty cool.
Mod stands are always good. You're always good with the stands. You always find good places for juice, and
Well, Joe,
you just.
that's why I love doing this. VaporJoe Canada was such a good fit because really it just gives me a forum to do what I was doing anyway. I like to save a buck, and I love sourcing this stuff out, so now I just have more people to share it with. So.
Yeah, somebody says girls are like that. You're right. They find the good stuff. Whereas guys will just build something, jam it in. All right, it works. Whereas Tiger will find a very sleek and something it's serene. It looks nice. She's found those wonderful juice holders. I have one. I think half the vaping community now has the tattoo juice holder, that tattoo artist's paint holder, but now it's been converted into a juice holder. The ones that you actually mount to your wall, which Tiny has.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you single-handedly changed the vaping community in terms of where to find awesome, at least juice holders.
Well,
Now, with your mom.
I can't know for sure, but it was rather interesting that after we ran these a few times, Fastech started getting the exact same stock. They sell these now, but not as cheap as I found them. And someone was saying they wished Maggot Bath, he wished instead of this one. Oh, they're both so cheap, and this one has some nice features the other one doesn't. You can fit your drip tips in that inner circle, and if you do have a 510 like I do for going out, it fits perfectly in the middle. So, there's pluses and minuses. I like both, but
And for a couple bucks, get organized. I mean, I'm so glad I have mod stands now. I mean, Jesus, if I had a single mod fall over, it would be game over. Oh my God! And Big Bamboo just put in a link to your mod stand. Let me see if that's still
yeah,
active.
the juice stand. It was just recently because I did check to make sure that link was still good for people.
Yep.
But let me know. Excellent. Good, good.
290 of these have sold. 285 of them were from the vaping community. But I bought one. They work great.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let, even though it's an older deal, if you guys have a lot of juice, go to eBay, pick up that juice stand. They work great, and the shipping is reasonable to Canada. Somebody wants to know, how long did it take to get, Tiger?
Now, are we talking about the little 9 square or the juice stand? It seems to me this little square stand was about in that 2 to 3 week range as well, because that hasn't been that long. I've had that on order, and it showed up this week. I got to start writing down when I order these things. I have a terrible memory. I have a great memory. It's just short.
What?
The big one, the juice stand took, I think, about 2 weeks for me coming from Florida, if I recall correctly.
Well, at least it's coming from Florida, so it'll get to you.
And they did have the 2 sizes. Like, I got the long one, and it houses just about everything I have. For those who looked at it and went, that's crazy, there is a smaller one, a little more manageable. It's the exact same thing. It's got the same number of tiers, but it's just a narrower configuration. 30 ml bottles fit beautifully, Country Pammy.
Yep, I use mine exclusively for 30 ml bottles. That holds about, I don't know, what, 90?
All of
Something
the
like that.
information is in the post, but yeah, something like that. And it'll hold the 10s. What I did is I staggered the 10s so they zigzag in the row so I can cram more of them in there.
Okay, it's already 2:15. God, everything flies in this place.
I know it for sure.
So here's a really good deal on an RSST. 101 Vape, I put the link in the room, is selling RSSTs for $19.49. The RSST is a really good, solid, tried and true rebuildable clone of the AC9, but people said that the problems with the AC9 were actually fixed with the RSST. I mean, they've sold millions of these things, and they're always 25, 25 plus. I've seen them as low as 23, but for $19.49, really good price. And 101 Vape sells them super cheap, and their shipping's pretty reasonable for Canada. And in America, the flat rate shipping of $1.99. Yes, I know you guys are envious of that, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, they just raised it. Actually, it was flat $6.99 to us, but to reflect real costs that he's incurring, he's raised it now to $8.99. I mean, for those of us in Canada, we know we're paying more than that domestically anyway. So.
But for those who are looking for an RSST, just a real quick deal. It's the cheapest I've seen for an RSST, even cheaper than Fastech.
Now, I have heard noises about a glass replacement tank possibly coming. I know of nothing available yet, and it does sound like something, it's one of those I'll believe it when I see it. Because of the way the tank is shaped on the RSST, if you've ever baked an angel food cake, you know it's like a big donut-shaped pan. That's what the RSST is. It's a donut-shaped tank. It's got a bottom and a center that comes up, so it's kind of complicated. And I'm not saying it's impossible to do in glass, but it's one of those I'll believe it when I see it. Most Jennies will leak when they're on their side juice, or just rather. So that doesn't surprise me. And mine does leak. One of the problems I had, and this is a common documented problem, is around that center where it's supposed to seal to the top. Not so much. I get juice down the center on the contacts a lot. What I ended up doing is using one of the little carto condoms. I cut the bottom out of it and created myself a little silica washer that fit over that and sealed tight to the top when I put it all together. That's helping.
Okay.
And I'm not the only one who came up with that either. When I've mentioned that, other people have said, that's what I did. So, there you go. It might work for you, too.
So moving from, say, Jenny's and rebuildables to, say, drip tips, what do you say?
Oh, I love talking about drip tips. There was a
You
couple
women
this
and your
week
drip tips.
well, they're just fun, Joe. They're pretty, and there's
I
some
agree. No,
new
no,
ones this week.
I agree. I just put these in, the new Aladdin ones that you like so much.
Well, they're interesting. You see, because I'm so tired, we've seen the same things over and over and over again, different iterations of the same thing. So it was so fun to see something pop this week that I had never seen before. And, let's see if I can actually find the picture for you. Everything's out of order now. We've done... yeah. Okay, well, we'll have to pull it from the blog. Just give me a moment. There we go. Let's grab that. But if you haven't seen these yet, they just look fun.
Yeah, if you go over to Fast Tech and just type drip tip, they have pages and pages of drip tips. These are really concaved in the center. That's why they're calling them Aladdin, because they look like the genie bottle. Either they're going to be really comfortable or they're not going to be comfortable. I think it's touch and go with them. I ordered a few just to see, but at least they have big fat bottoms with a good O-ring on them. Of course, you're not going to be using these to actually drip into. I'd rather call these mouthpieces because that's what they are. But a lot of nice colors. These are anodized aluminum, I take it?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, a really nice array of colors. I see a comment looking for, Art by Shan is looking for a Delrin drip tip wide at the bottom like the top. Here's the problem. A 510 only has, and I'm just going to pull the closest one, only has so much real estate in there, okay? So now, obviously this is steel. They could have bored it out more. You've definitely got enough sidewall there. There's room for more. But there's a limit as to how big you can get. Like some of those drip tips that are so nice and wide at the top that you could do that with. And I know what you're saying. I don't like dripping into drip tips. I always pull it to drip because I don't want that drop coming back at me if I touch the side. But some of those real wide pipe ones, they still narrow down to get through that 510 hole. So
Yeah. There is one, the biggest one I've seen. I'll throw a link in there if I could get it in there. Here we go. These here are about the widest you're going to get. These puppies are usually wide. They're called muffler drip tips. If you want real wide mouth, huge, monstrous drip tips, this is about as wide as you're going to get. I bought them. If you're going to drip, they work great. I don't know if they're so good as a comfortable mouthpiece all the time. I would definitely say if you need wide, those are wide. But if you want something more conforming to your lips and making it feel better, I think these Aladdins would be nice.
well, they're worth a shot. They're kind of fun looking.
And then you had another set, huh?
Well, there was, and my other passion is the splash anodizing. I just can't seem to get enough of that either. And they came out with some new ones. Now, some of the ones we've seen in the past, they're calling them splash anodized, but really, in my opinion, they're splotch anodized because there were big chunks of color and then big chunks of the background. These ones are really finely splattered, and I think they're just so darn cute. So, there you have it. Some nice colors in there too.
Yeah, they're pretty sick one. I'm looking at the orange and black, the sky blue and black. The red is nice. They're all nice. I think they're all nice actually. And for $2, I mean, how far has this community come with? I mean, I remember when splash anodized tips were so expensive. Uh, um, let's see, Big J541. I prefer Delrin. You know, some people do. What about glass? Do you like glass too, or are you just all about the Delrin? Well, Fastech comes out with all kinds of drip tips. It's like every day they come out with 20 drip tips. We even seen some Pyrex glass ones that came out. Jesus, you know, you're good, Big Man Boom. You read my mind. Um, Tiger
Was
put up some
that
Pyrex.
this week? I think it was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
See if we can grab that picture to share with the folks.
They have jade ones at Fastech too, Sick.
I will caution you about the jade. I got some, and they're cool, and I like them. Don't get me wrong. But because of the material they're made out of, there's a limit as to how much of a draw you can put through them. You can't get the walls as thin as with metal or plastics, acrylics, Delrin, and all that. They'll get too fragile. So the holes in them are small. I'm used to doing direct lung inhales on my Jennies. You're not direct lung inhaling with these. These are puffing drip tips, but they look pretty.
Puff and drip.
That's right. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can just drop them into place. All right, there we go.
Now, when me and Tiger first looked at these, Tiger was like, "What's the big deal, Joe?" I'm like, "These are glass. These are Pyrex. These aren't like acrylic or Delrin. These are glass, and they're only $1.84 a piece." Okay, they're not the stylish, beautiful, hand-blown Pyrex glass that everybody's used to, but they're still glass drip tips for $1.84.
Yeah. Now, I had a girly moment. I looked at these and I went, I want pink. I want blue. Why amber? Why green? But, there's an awful lot of people who like amber and green. That third one is actually a very pale tint of blue. And then they also just have plain clear as well. You can get them in the set, all four, or one at a time and just get the colors you want.
Yeah, I'm all for hand blown. Don't get me wrong. I love artisan drip tips, hand blown like Trippy tips, Envision drip tips. I think even Finiac sells some now. They're beautiful. But yeah, recycled glass. Yes, the beer bottle colored one at the end are all old Budweiser bottles. No, I'm kidding. But they are Pyrex or borosilicate, and I mean, for $1.84, I mean, can you go wrong if you like the feeling of glass? Some people enjoy that feeling on their lips. The hell. And if they
Well,
break, who cares?
and that's a good point. It's a nice way to find out if you like that a tip made of that material before you go spending the money on one of the really fancy ones. This is a good way to find out, and then go whole hog. Then get one of those.
Yeah, I have a few glass ones. I haven't bought these yet. Well, no, I bought them. I haven't gotten them yet. Glass is great. I don't know how these are going to feel, but the ones I've had are great. So if and like Tiger said, you get to see if you like it before you buy it. A good one.
Oh, that's cool. I'm just checking the link that Z24 dropped in the room of the glow in the dark one. That is cool. Eventually I'm going to have to get something that glows because I'm crazy about. I'm part Raven. If it's shiny or glows, I have to have it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna buy some glitter.
I can hardly wait to see what you do with that. Oh, he's going to post a glow pic too. Awesome.
Cool. Bullet-headed 67. I was thinking of no such thing, sir.
and then play hide and seek.
You said it.
Mm-hmm.
So the time is 2:26. I think we've really gone down. Hold on a second. Just reading what Big Bamboo put in the room. Very cool. Thanks for that info. The time is 2:26. We've blown past all our deals, I believe, right?
There was one more I wanted to talk about, and let's see if I've got that. Yeah, I do. I have it handy, so let's do it. You're a mind reader. You're just scary, Big Bam. I can't even see your name, but I see the end of my link poking out there. It's like, yeah, you're on it. That's the one. You guys know I love my 14500, the little itty bitty Bagua. Well, they came out with the one that is the same shape, that sleek, straight, drop it on the desk, that sleek, straight form factor, but in an 18650, so you don't have to worry about the build, you know, 'cause you don't want to sub on a 14500 battery. You want to be careful what kind of build you're doing, and you're not going to get the battery life. Now, I still love this, but I would love to have one of these in an 18650 format where I can put a 30 amp battery in and build whatever the heck I want. So, and for 22 bucks, it's only a couple bucks more than the smaller version one. So, there you go.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I'm kind of partial to bottom buttons myself. Those are the ones I like. I like the 510 connector on it. It's got some nice airflow on it. It's just a good, simple. Are those copper or brass connectors?
I believe it's brass. The one difference, now I can't say for sure that everybody's, but my 14500 is a magnetic switch, and that's the way it came. I didn't do anything to it. This one is a spring switch, so don't expect the exact same thing. However, and I won't know till I get one, I'm wondering if the magnets that I've been talking about for the Nemesis replicas will work in this as well. And I'll let you know when I find out.
You know, these Nemesis switch magnets, you know, they were selling these 2 for $15 on eBay.
Yeah, for those of you who want to convert your Nemesis over, I didn't include that because it's such a, you know, a smaller group of people that are going to be interested. But, oh, and there he is before I can even grab it. We found these on another China site, and I got mine in this week. I didn't mess around. I knew some friends would want one, so I ordered 50 of them. It came to less than 8
Damn, girl.
with shipping, and so, you know, Christmas stocking stuffers, people are getting magnets for their Nimmys. And but I love mine. I've got a heavy atomizer on it. I had the T2, and when I did this, the tank was full. So there's some weight there. And what I found with my switch, my setup, what I've got going on here, using only one in each side of the switch, it could fire sometimes when I set it down on my desk, and I didn't want that. So I messed around a little bit, tried some different configurations. What I ended up using was 3 magnets in it. 2 of them are on the bottom, 1 on the top opposing. It's got beautiful, smooth action, but it's firm enough now. I can set it wherever I want it. It's not going to auto-fire on me. If you want a really, really, really soft, smooth throw, use 2 and lock it when you put it down. You're good to go. And if you don't have such a heavy monster on top, if you're using a lighter drip atomizer, 2 might be just fine for you. Well, Slick, in terms of what they will and won't work on, I did try it, and there's different iterations of this out there, so I'm not saying it won't work on yours. It would not work on my cheap one. So. Oh, here's the picture. Let's have a look.
Let's take a look at that.
Oh, cool. I love how it's the little chunks that glow, Z28. That's gorgeous. Love it.
That is very cool.
Yeah, I've seen those. They are beautiful. No question. And bullheaded, did we see the colored Nemi tubes? Yes. Very cool. Well, thanks for being here, Chevy.
And the time is 2:31. We didn't even have much time to talk, field any questions, but we had a lot of deals to go over today.
I'm just going to drop the link to the Canada blog in the room. There you go. For those of you who'd like a recap of at least most of what we talk about in an evening, sometimes stuff comes up and it's not in the list. But we do mail out after the shows a list of all the links and everything because, of course, you can watch the replay, but the links aren't there for you. So if you'd like that recap email, head on over to VaporJoe's Canada, sign up for the email just partway down the page on the left, and you'll receive that in your inbox to pour over at your convenience.
That is right.
So, thank you, Z28. Oh, the Leonids are tonight, Nilo. Well, I think I'm going to have to miss it. I'll wait for all the good pictures to show up on the internet tomorrow.
And for those of you who were looking for, just before we leave, because I don't know how long these are going to last, there's a lot of people that are still into high-end gear. I'm just going to pop this link into the room. This is for the Aqua. Everybody was talking about this. It just went live on Vapor DNA. They do ship to Canada. So, damn. Big Bam Boom, how did you get that link?
I think smart mind reader.
You are Big Bam Boom. You are. But
Alrighty.
for
Well,
So guys, thanks so much. Thanks for coming out. I think this is our highest show ever. We had almost 190 people in the room today. So excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. And Tiger, any final words?
no, just want to thank everybody for being here with us, and it's always fun to hang out and talk about deals. I mean, I don't get tired of that. So we'll be back next week with more for you. So have a great week, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys.